This isn't the video I was supposed to make. The whole world is currently experiencing a cost of living crisis, mostly thanks to once-in-a-lifetime pandemics, global supply chain issues, and maniacal dictators wanting to take over the world. Everyone is feeling the pinch. So how would you feel if the only thing your government leaders could suggest was this?
If you have an old kettle that takes ages to boil, it may cost you £20 to replace it. But if you get a new one, you'll save £10 a year for every year. On your £10 a year every year on your electricity bill.
Is that a fucking joke? G'day guys, my name's Ross and I moved to Australia with my family during a global pandemic. If we were still living in the UK, having a baby just being born, I don't know how we'd be able to afford heating this winter. And my heart genuinely goes out to everyone trying to figure out how they're going to cope over the next few months. Australia is also experiencing its own energy price increases, and this is expected to continue for the next few years, with many also having to figure out how they're going to pay for their energy. So the question becomes, how important is it to look for your own opportunities to generate your own energy? Last year we purchased a 10 kilowatt solar system and had it installed on our roof. How much has this investment cost us? Has it helped us to pay our energy bills? And is it something that you should consider where you live? In this video I'm going to take you through all the costs, the data on how much it has generated, even in a cloudy and rainy La Nina year, and our own opinion on whether the investment was worth it, to help you decide whether going solar is for you. I mean, at least if it's not good for you, then maybe be an eco-warrior and try and save the planet, or our children. So how much did it cost? Last year we paid around $8,900 for a 10 kilowatt solar system with an 8 kilowatt inverter. Someone's probably going to tell me that that was a bad deal. Go on, type away. In total, there are 28 370 watt Longi panels connected to a SunGrow Wi-Fi inverter. The panels are guaranteed for 12 years and the inverter is guaranteed for 15. The racking on the roof is only guaranteed for 10. So great, my solar panels could fall off the roof but still be in warranty? Well, that thing shouldn't be the case because apparently the whole thing has a workmanship guarantee for 15 years. So let's hope that they aren't cowboys and they'll still be around later if something goes wrong. The whole thing was paid for with a 0% interest-free loan, which makes the whole thing very, very affordable, even for those with limited funds and incomes. But will I make my money back in that time? Well, when I originally got the panels, I was paying around 19 cents per kilowatt hour for energy that I bought, and I was earning 11 cents per kilowatt hour of all of the energy that I exported back. I also had my hot water tank set to come on during the peak sunshine hours of the day. At the time the temperature was still cool enough not to really need aircon, and times were energy freaking good. So good in fact that our first energy bill ended up with us about $12 in credit. And then reality kicked in. In Australia, you aren't tied into any energy contract. I think it might even be illegal. So you're free to chop and change looking for the best energy deal as much as you'd like. This works both ways, however. After a few months of sweet energy deals, we were contacted to say that our daily charge was going up a few cents and our solar price to the grid was coming down to 8 cents. The only saving grace that our purchase price per kilowatt hour was still hovering around about the 20 cent mark. This also coincided with a stormy and cloudy La Nina summer. Bloody second one. Now we've got a third. Great. Especially when in these summers you still kind of need the aircon, but you don't get all of the great sunshine for the solar. These aren't the ideal conditions to keep your energy bills in the credits. So how have we fared in the last 12 months since having the solar panels installed? Well, in 2021, we produced a total of 6.9 megawatt hours of energy. And of that, we consumed about 2.8 megawatt hours, saving us around $530 from having to pay it to the energy company. In addition, we fed in around 4.1 megawatt hours of energy, which earned us about $390. But we still had to purchase around about $513 worth of energy, and we still had our standing charge of about $1 a day. In 2022 though, so far we've produced 8.6 megawatt hours of energy. We consumed about 3.7 megawatt hours of energy, and that saved us about $703 from the energy companies. In total so far we've fed in around 4.9 megawatt hours of energy, and that's earned us about $416. Remember that they dropped our rates. But we still had to purchase some energy, and we had our $1 a day standing charge, so that meant we spent about $513. Has it been worth it? Well, yes, according to our little app that we have for our solar system. Having the solar system in total has generated for us, both in savings and energy exported to the grid, around about $1,800 so far. And with my rudimentary calculations, the solar system should have paid itself back in about 5 years. Hopefully less if we stop having La Nina. And this is actually less than half the time than the total system is actually guaranteed for. Do we still have a bill? Well, yes, but it isn't anywhere near as much as what we should be paying or what we know who some of our neighbours who don't have solar are currently paying. And in comparison to what we would have been paying in the UK, this is far less. This video was supposed to be about energy bills, but I guess it's also turned into the importance of energy security in the coming times ahead. I'm fortunate enough to wake up every day knowing that as long as I use most of my energy during the day, it's essentially free. And my energy bills going forward are going to stay relatively consistent because we've got an affordable 10 kilowatt solar system on our roof that can provide me and my family with pretty much all of our energy needs. I can't imagine what people are going through in the UK, even despite having energy price caps, with the prospect of having to pay multiple times what they were paying last year. It also doesn't help that we're going into the time of the year when you need the most energy. And because Christmas, you're going to be spending more as well. Thanks, Father Christmas. I really don't know what people are going to do. And to top it all off, you have your former head of state telling you that to save a tenner, you need to spend 20 quid. Well, at least it's better than this suggestion.
Here's one of my suggestions for a tip, something that's dirt cheap. Martin knows about this sort of thing. If you put some of this behind your radiators, it really works. It makes the whole room nice and warm. Martin and Susanna, most people my age have lived in houses without central heating.
If that doesn't spell a broken country, then I don't know what does. You have a choice, I guess. We left the UK in 2020 during a global pandemic, and it's been the best decision of our lives. We moved for a long list of reasons, but at the time, energy prices and solar panels wasn't really one of them. If you want to see if you could make the move to God's country, I mean any God or no God, it's a democracy after all, watch this video to see if you could make the move to Australia and see if your job is also on the skills list. It could be the best decision you ever make. See you later.